Why are cities overheating? For centuries, we've been building cities as a safe environment for human society. We build solid houses, paved streets and squares, and drain all water away. However, the current form of cities leads to the fact that, in comparison with the surrounding landscape, the temperature in cities gets several degrees higher. We call this phenomenon the urban heat island. The heat directly threatens our elderly or long-term ill fellow citizens, small children, but it also affects healthy people. Tropical days and nights are becoming more frequent due to climate change, and the urban heat island is exacerbating their effects. People often run away from the cities because there is nowhere to hide from the heat, nowhere to cool down, and they simply can't stand it there. But why is it hotter in the city than in nature? One of the main reasons is the materials we use to build paved surfaces. Most of the sun's radiation is absorbed at the point of impact and turns into heat, so some surfaces heat up to 60 degrees. It's like walking on a heater. Heat accumulates in paving, facades and roofs, and then radiates long into the night. Lack of vegetation is another reason why cities are overheating. Streets are not shaded, so nothing prevents the paved surfaces from heating up to the maximum. In addition, plants, especially trees, function as natural air conditioners. They consume the heat of the surrounding air to evaporate water, and this cools the air down. The less green the city is, the higher the temperatures compared to the surrounding countryside. The use of air conditioning does not help the situation either. Although it removes warm air from the interior and we feel better inside, the people on the hot street suffer more. In addition, air conditioning consumes energy from fossil fuels and thus contributes to the greenhouse effect getting worse. The water cycle in the built-up environment is also a big problem. In nature, most of the water seeps into the soil and then evaporates back into the air with the help of plants, which significantly cools the surroundings. However, we humans are trying to quickly drain rainwater and remove it from the city to protect our buildings and streets. It is understandable, but together with the water, we drain the most efficient way of cooling the city. If we want pleasant and habitable cities in the 21st century, it's necessary to fundamentally modify the public space and bring it closer to nature. We must learn to use rainwater, let it seep in greenbelts, plant new trees and take care of existing ones, and make the roofs and facades of our buildings green. Let's ask our representatives to solve the problem of overheating in the city, to have a conceptual plan and to implement it, so that the city doesn't burn.